What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to World Wave Radio, where we bring the word to you. So today, let's take a look at how to mix an Afrobeat vocals 2024 style. You want to know exactly how to approach your vocal, and I'll be throwing in a few things here and there in this video that you can use to create the width that everyone is talking about in the audio production world. With that said, let's get back to it after the intro. Why? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is to inform you that the Krizbeatz Music Academy is on. So if you find anything that you like, and this mix class, we have a full mix, dissecting a mix on the Krizbeatz Music Academy classes. And you can also opt to get just the mix, just the mixing class. That's a separate class. It's different from the full school that we have going on. You can always get that and learn according to your pace. And also get a one-on-one feedback with me and you, every Sunday if you opt for the mix or the advanced class. How to take your vocals from whatever it is right now and how you can better it. So remember, every vocal will have a unique character. Every microphone will be different in the way you want to approach the mix. Some microphones might have too much low end, while some microphones might have too much high end. You want to know exactly the kind of tone you are getting from your microphones before you start dialing in the mix. We already have a video that talks about how to process an Afrobeat lead vocal. So let's look at how to process an Afrobeat lead vocal, an updated version of that one. Of course, there's always updates with Krizbeatz. There's always updates right here. Let's take a listen. So for this particular mix is by a female, one of my female friends, and it's different. This person was going for that lushy sound, lushy vocals. So let's listen to what it sounds like before we start dialing it in. And then again, if you want me to go over a mix of how to mix an Afrobeat instrumentals, this, I'm not covering the instrumentals, I'm just covering what how to mix an Afrobeat vocals and how to get it to sit right in the mix. So let's take a listen.
Pay me the money, I beg you, pay me the money. Pay me the money, I beg you, pay me the money. Pay me the money, I beg you, pay me the money. I beg you, pay me the money, I beg you, pay me the money. When you see a girl come through, just she want 1,000,000 bottles. Talks up 1,000,000 cocktails. Better pull up if you need. They say I just like plenty water, take body, and I just got.
Yes, so you already see the kind of thing we're going for. We already prepared a room for the mix to be able to punch through. So this is what we'll be taking a look at. So one of the things I did out of the box was use a de-esser. So I used this de-esser in this, but most of the time when I'm working on a female vocal, I like to use the de-esser I created. So if you've not seen the de-esser I created for FabFilter Pro MB, I'll leave the link here so that you can check it out. But essentially, they are the same thing. I'm using this as the first thing on my chain to kind of like tame the high highs, When
you see a girl, when you see a girl come through, just.
Okay, let me try to turn off the reverb and stuff. So.
When you see a girl come through, just she want 1,000,000 bottles. Talks up 1,000,000 cocktails.
Just a little bit, just having it to bite through those. See a girl.
When you see a girl,
when you see it, yeah, to bite that in. Even this microphone I'm using now has a lot of high, but it's okay. Because when I said I could hear it, I guess we also need a de-esser to go through the chain, because this microphone is going through preamp, then preamp to compressor, then compressor to my recorder. I guess we also need to also do that.
When you see a girl,
so we did that first. Tamed all those extra things in there. Then next we have a Pro C just doing a little compression, light compression.
When you see a girl come through, when you see a girl come through, just know she want a million bottles. I know. Talks up a million cuttles.
Not little compression. We're getting about -8 dB of compression.
When you see a girl come through, just know she want a million bottles. I know. Talks up a million.
Yeah, but a relatively fast attack, not so fast. Almost low. We have the ratio 3.5 going into this, so we're getting about -8. But see, you can see the makeup gain. We're getting about -7, -8. Then the makeup gain is +7. Just to kind of like balance off. That is what gain staging is. You are taking out internal bleeding and outer bleeding. You are controlling your internal bleeding so you don't bleed internally and your track is trash. Track is trash. Come on, man. Track is trash. I like that. So after doing that, I added this Pro Q3 to tame just some resonance frequencies.
When you see a girl come through,
see?
Just
one of the reasons why I like this Pro Q3 is you can see what you're taking out. You can see what it's doing as well as hear. You can use your eye and you can use your ear to hear. What's going on today? I'm just flowing. You can use your eye and you can use your ear to hear what the gear is here. Hey, come on, man. So yes, you can do that. Then I added another compressor, slash gate to kind of like smooth things out a little bit. So this RVOC is a nice compressor that I also added to.
When you see a girl come through.
So that is on the surface. So I like to prepare things just like on a mixer. So if you have a mixer, you have your EQ, your compressor, you have maybe a gate or an expander on a proper console. So that's how I like to treat each of my mix, and I'm also sending it to a summing box. For instance, now, let's say we have our mix here. You want to send it to another processor to also process it. So that is how I kind of like work in the box. So this lead vocal I'm sending to different types of effect returns, delay, novel tech, slap delay, room, plate, G Krizbeatz, H source, quarter inch, and and 1/8, and then Krizbeatz lush return. So all these things I'm using to create different dimensions in my mix. You'll be able to hear it when I over exaggerate it. I pray we have time to go over that because I don't want this video to be too long. And in case you feel like, yes, I want to know this thing more, you can always join the Krizbeatz Music Academy or just go through the mix course. We have a separate mix course that teaches you how to mix a proper Afrobeat. And you also have a one-on-one session with me every Sunday. And yes, as I was saying, I like to send them to different places. So each track will get a unique mix, but all the tracks will get the same level of treatment when we are sending it to the group. So you understand what I mean by now.
When you see a girl come,
so if I say,
when you see a girl come through, just know she want a million bottles.
A lot of things, you see the 3D thing that you're hearing behind the track that sounds like, when you see a girl come through, that sounds like it's at the back of the track. It is the new thing that everyone in Afrobeat is doing right now that you should be on as well. So it kind of like allows the track to have a three-dimensional feel, where we'll still get to it. Is one of the effects I'm using here, but I'm just explaining that because it's playing right now and you can hear it. So when we come to the boss, which is where I'm sending everything from my channel to, from the lead to, not everything, but the lead. So you see on the boss, we have the EQ8, which is Ableton stock EQ, doing its thing there, taking out.
When you see a girl come through.
So this move I really don't make, but there's nothing there. But just in case, just in case you have anything pop up there, and you see the kind of move I have there is not the one where you're cutting everything, or is not this one that almost looks like a brick wall low cut. And it's just something that just sounds a little bit analogy, if there's any word like that.
When you see a girl come through, just she want a million battles.
Yeah, to keep the originality of the vocals. So yes, after that we move straight into our Vox. Now our Vox stereo. Okay, this is to smooth out any other thing that maybe the compressor in the track, in the channel didn't catch. This is to catch it and to make it rounder, if you know what I mean, and to bring up everything together as opposed to bringing out an individual thing on the song. That out of the way, the next thing we did, okay, so I added Pro MB, but there's a way this Pro MB does the thing that it will go back to default setting, because I made this about what, 2 months ago. So it went back to the setting, but yeah, I added Pro MB. I feel like correcting it now.
Talks up a million cattle.
You can hear, if you listen well, you'll be able to hear something that sounds like a flanger under there. We'll still get to that.
Talks up a million cattle. Better pull up if you need. This talks up a million cattle. Better pull up if you need.
Yeah, I mean, let's leave this, because this, if I start going into this video will be too long. So please, if you want me to go through that, Pro MB is a very powerful mixing tool, especially for Afrobeat mixing. If you want me to go over that, please leave a comment below and I will teach you on how you can use it to get the best out of any vocals. So next we have Saturn. So Saturn, what Saturn does for you is to allow you to saturate different. I think I use Spectre for what Saturn is doing in this mix, but yeah, right now I use Spectre for it. So I added saturation and then another compressor. So but this compressor is doing the gluing, you know, it's doing gluing. You can use maybe any bus compressor to achieve this. Maybe the SSLG bus comp, you can use it to achieve this. But this is this what do they call these people? This is the Ableton's one that I'm using to glue things together.
Talks up a million cattle.
You see, we're barely getting -3, -2 dB of gain reduction.
Better pull up if you need.
Yeah.
They say that's like plenty water. Oh, when I drop every goddamn city, them say them feel I'm from Morocco.
Then we added this again, you know. Dynamically, you see this, see, unconsciously, I took out this frequency from the Pro MB. You know, the Pro MB gives me the ability to dial it in based on exact thing I want. I can go in there and narrow it to the narrowest frequency and then decide if I want to expand the frequency or compress the frequency. That one is a really good tool to use. And then next I added this, you know, to kind of like control some dynamics. You see the especially for this part.
When I drop every goddamn city, them say them feel I'm from Morocco.
And then how we did the gang vocals too. If you've not seen the video for how to create a choir vocal Ashake style, check the video thing up here. You'll be able to see it. So after that, I added this Lindell. I think this Lindell I have on almost all my mixes. This 80 channel, I added this for the board groove. I can just add that and leave it and change the channel for each channel I want to add it to, and it will still give me a vibe. You know, it will still give me a vibe. And the good thing is the mix for Afrobeat changes I think every 3 months or 4 months, because there are different styles of Afrobeats that we always get, you know, and is different for each song, different for each mood. So we have that. Of course, we can play it with the beat and still.
When I drop every goddamn city, them say them feel I'm from Morocco.
Yeah, so we have that. If I will redo this mix again, I'm sure I will probably, okay, you see, the fresh air, I didn't use it. So I was going to say if I was going to do this mix again, I'm sure I'll probably not use this fresh air because it sounds well to me. And if I want to add air, I'll prefer to add air by using maybe a saturator to maybe something like Spectre, which I can see I already added Spectre here. Then of course a de-esser. See, so there's no much thing to de-ess for this. Oh, but if we come to the first part,
when you see a girl come
can
through,
you see my C?
when you see a girl come through, just know she want a million bottles. I know. Talks up a million tattoos. I love if you. They say that's like plenty water.
Yeah, you know, we added that to tame the SS.
When you see a
Then after that, was soothing out some things in the mid frequency. So by using the 2x and the mix minus the mix at 80%, I feel like we should even probably
when you
go.
see a girl come through, just know she want a million bottles. I know. Talks up a million tattoos. Better pull up if you need. They say that's like.
So we can always check what suit is doing.
When you see a girl come through, just know she want a million bottles. I know. Talks up a million tattoos.
Subtle, boys, there, love it. And then yes, my favorite thing on this mix is this small thing that Spectre is doing here. Let me exaggerate it so you hear what it's doing.
When you see a girl come through, just know she want a million bottles. I know. Talks up a million tattoos. Better put
just that small thing into that into 16K and above, where you can have it just be around there, just add a little spark there.
When you see a girl come through, just know she want a million.
Yeah, like that. And then a little deep in the 10K area to exaggerate the other one, which is smart. So it's an harmonic exciter. Then of course sibilance for sibilant control. So that's about it for what I have inside the boss. You know, so sending the boss to see this is lead Vox boss. Then I have the rap Vox. So let me go to the rap.
Pay me the money, I beg you, pay me the money. All the pen girls wanna party, the pen boys, and the pen girls wanna party, the friend though. And if the pen wanna pen, who gon' pen? The pen at the end of the day, the pen game will end. They say that's like plenty water, take body, and I
remember, same approach, different process. And then the female vocal has another type of this thing to it. So yes, as I was saying,
pay me the money, I beg you, pay me the money. All the pen girls wanna party, the pen boys, and the pen girls wanna party, the friend though. And if the pen wanna pen, who gon' pen? The pen at the end of the day, the pen game will end.
So let's go to tones, what I have on my effects returns. So number one is a hall reverb. Number two is this UAD 1176 limiting amplifier. It's a compressor, but I'm using this to add kind of like a parallel compression for the vocals to bring the vocal a little bit more forward. I think I used it on some snares as well. Then this Novo Tech is to add another type of saturation. So yes, this is where I was going to. Slap delay is what creates the width that you hear in the vocal. So if you check the let's come here.
Like plenty water, when I drop every,
you hear the width, the way the vocal sounds like is forward and then backwards at the same time. I did something like that with the mix, with the gang vocal as well. So when I'm EQing the gang vocal as a group, I can use a split EQ that allows me to boost the frequency, maybe to boost the 15K on a particular part of the thing. I can boost the left high on 15K and then maybe deep about 700K on the left. So It's weird, but the way our ear perceives it is crazy because you can hear it that is the same thing, but it's not sitting in the same space. Just like if you have people seated here and they are all singing together, the microphone will not capture it at the same time, even if they have microphones in their mouth, one after the other. So yes, that is one of the things that they did not teach me in the school that I went to, that I had to figure it out for myself. And I am teaching people what I wish they had taught me in my own class. So yes, maybe after this we'll go through my mix template. So maybe you can use that template to create your own templates. If something like that interests you, also let me know in the comment section. So I have plate reverb on this, so you can see the plate reverb going through its own compressor and going through an EQ to avoid muddiness. This is almost even still sounding muddy to me, but this was what the person was going for. So this is the H source, the Krizbeatz H source I was trying to tell you guys about. I used something like a doubler, like a metal flanger with with a doubler. So you avoid using stuff like this too much, as you can introduce your song into phasiness, except if it's the concept that you are trying to go for, like this song, wanted that somewhere somehow in there. I'm sure I still reduced it for this song because this was done so that, okay, let's listen to this. Then I think this was the first one I sent. The song is probably done. I'll probably leave a link below where you can listen to the song, the full mix, if you will, if you want stuff like that. Then yes, the two types of delay, I think three types of delay. Then this is the Krizbeatz Lush, the thing I was telling you that sounds. Let me exaggerate it on one of the vocals. Let's see.
When I drop every goddamn city.
So it introduces something. I don't know what it is, but I love it. So I like to have it just on that there. If you want this, let me know in the comment section. I can tell you how I made that happen. So that and the H source, I like to use them to give my vocal a unique character. If you hear it on a male vocal, it's fantastic. But on these female vocals, it works perfectly as well. Just subtle.
When I drop every goddamn city, them say them feel I'm for Morocco. Pay me the money, I beg you, pay me.
Yes, I mean that about covers it all for this type of vocal and what I did. Okay, yeah, so having done all this, the song sounds like this.
Pay me the money, I beg you, pay me the money. Pay me the money, I beg you, pay me the money. Pay me the money, I beg you, pay me the money. I beg you, pay me the money. I beg you, pay me the money. When you see a girl come through, just she want a million bottles. Talks up a million.
Yeah, you can hear now that is tucked in. So that is how I approached this particular song. I have the thing stay inside. So if I mean, after all this, the vocal is still going through all vocs. So all my vocal, I will still put like something on them if I feel like I'm still missing some things, like here now. So all vocs will fix all the things for me before I send it into my summing mixer. You feel me? So yes, with that said, like the video, subscribe. If this is your first time here, you are welcome. We do a lot of amazing stuff here. We don't only talk about mixing, we talk about making beats. And if you don't know Krizbeatz, please feel free to check on Google. You can see Krizbeatz, and I have an academy where I teach people to make music. So if something like that interests you, come on, hop on and let's talk every week, and I'll catch you in the next class. Love.